Alright, so this is right outside our bedroom window of the apartments. The fence right there is a fence from another apartment complex right next to us. And the road is the main road that you turn off of to get to our apartment complex. And this basically is our backyard. So this is our bedroom window right here. And this homeless person, I think it's a man and a woman, have been camping out right here for the past week. I think tomorrow makes 7 days. Now, they haven't done anything that bothers me. I don't really care a whole lot, like not for real. I'm kind of conflicted. I don't really know what to think about it. Um, the person hasn't done anything. Uh, they're not loud or anything like that. I haven't noticed them doing anything that's crazy. Um, Helen is bothered by it a little more than I am because her son comes over and stuff, and it's kind of weird. Uh, when he goes outside, he's kind of apprehensive to be around a lot of the homeless people and stuff. But these particular people, like I said, really haven't been very bothersome or anything. They don't seem to be dirty, like they're not leaving trash and stuff everywhere. But my overall view on homeless people, when I got out of prison, I was homeless in Jeff City and I had to stay at Salvation Army. And luckily, they helped me out. They got me back on my feet. It was a great place to restart and just get your life back together. There's like a million little programs and stuff, uh, and all kinds of things that they help you do to get back on your feet. Um, I really believe there's like no reason why most homeless people can't get back on their feet, especially when you have organizations like Salvation Army and all that trying to help you out. To me, it's insane. But one of the reasons I think a lot of them stay homeless is because they choose to be homeless. They want to be homeless. Like when I was out there, they would have a lot of people come in every day and they'd offer cash jobs. So like a guy will pull up in the morning and need a couple workers to help move stuff or do whatever, and he would pay like $15 or $20 an hour cash. Sometimes it's just a job for a couple hours, so it's a way to make 50 bucks or whatever. Sometimes it would be a job for a whole week, and I would take them up on them offers every single time. And I'd go back to the room or whatever, where there's like, there would be about 20 of us there at a time. And I'd ask the other guys, like, hey man, there's a dude out here. He's got these cash jobs and he's paying this an hour. Anybody want to work? And man, no one would ever want to work. They would just sit around the Salvation Army Center all day doing nothing. But a lot of them, they smoked a lot of weed. A lot of guys up there drank. And a lot of them did other drugs too. And honestly, man, a lot of these people, like the Salvation Army, would only let you stay there 90 days, which is a total perfect amount of time for you to have somewhere free to stay, somewhere to shower, somewhere to clean up, somewhere to eat, and all that kind of stuff. Um, they'd let you stay there 90 days, and after 90 days, if you haven't made any progress or anything, they pretty much kick you out. Well, a lot of these guys will go city to city, and after 90 days they get kicked out, and they'd just come right back in a year or whenever their time period was where you could come back again. And a lot of these guys would just go to another city that has a place that's similar, and they just hop around and stuff. So that's why you see a lot of the same homeless people in the same area time to time. And sometimes there's a lot of homeless people that just, they'll go to those places, stay there for 90 days, and then sleep outside for the rest of the year, then come back, or they'd come back like every winter or something like that. But I'd say like 90% of the homeless people that I've experienced don't want to work. They don't care to have a job or anything like that, because there's so many people out there that just give stuff to these people. Like they give them everything. They give you money, they give you cash, uh, they'll give you food. The food is crazy. There definitely ain't no homeless people out there starving. When I was homeless, you get 3 meals a day at Salvation Army, plus they have this like snack bar that's out all day long, and it was amazing. Like, we ate so good there, it was insane. uh, One of the things I remember, almost every morning Starbucks would give out a lot of their old food and stuff, and that's when I first got introduced to cake pops. And they'd have these Starbucks cake pops out there like every single day. I guess they just ran past their limit on how long they could keep them in the store. They weren't expired, they weren't bad or anything like that, but they would have so many cake pops there, and those things are so fire. Like, I'd eat like 4 or 5 of them every single morning. And then when I went to buy some at Starbucks, man, them things are so expensive. It's crazy. But all that being said, a lot of these homeless people, they do not care to get back and be a regular part of society. And I can't say that about everybody, but that's just in my experience and the ones that I met when I was in Jefferson City and I was homeless. Another thing I see a lot is these guys. I met a lot of guys in prison that would fly a sign, and wherever different places would allow it and stuff, they'd have a sign saying they need money or whatever, and they'd stand on the side of the road. And man, these guys would brag about how much stuff, like, I'd say on average, from what I heard, they get about $300 to $500 a day standing there for 8 hours. And so why would you want a job when you can make money like that's almost what I make in a week, that these guys could get in a day, depending on who drives by and how charitable the people are. But what really, really pisses me off is down here by Walmart, I see the same homeless people there all the time. And a lot of times people would give them fast food and stuff like that. I'll see people drop off McDonald's or Jack in the Box. And so this guy would have like a whole pile of fast food sitting in front of him while he's still asking for money and everything. And then when they leave, I'll be leaving work and drive by, and there's no homeless people there anymore, but there'll be a pile of trash from these fast food places. Like, they just leave their trash right there. They're so unappreciative. It's insane. And then it's the same people every day. So what I ask is, like, man, what are you doing to get back on your feet? What is your plans and stuff? Like, do you have any goals or anything? Are you trying to get a place? Are you trying to get back into society? And another thing, if you could stand out in the Missouri heat for 8 hours or longer, or however long these people stand out there and ask for money, like, if you could stand out there in the sun and heat like that, then there's no reason why you can't have a job. But another thing I ran into, I noticed as well, is a lot of these people have mental health issues, mental health problems, and to be a part of regular society would be very difficult for them without their illnesses taken care of or being on medication or whatever. But anyway, so I don't know what to think about this person sitting out here. Like, I'd never call the cops on him or anything. I don't think Helen would call the cops on him or anything. Like, we don't want any part of that. You know, they're not really bothering us. Maybe if they did something like really super crazy, but for the most part, it really don't bother me. But I have seen the police come out there and talk to these people like twice now, and the police have been in our apartment complex for calls on other things a lot this week, like at least 10 times. At least 10 times. So I know they know they're there, and I know they talk to them over here, and I guess it's legal, or I guess they don't care, or whatever. I don't know, or maybe they have some kind of weird permission to be on that property right there, but it's just weird. I don't know what to think about it. I would prefer them not to be there, but I wouldn't go out of my way to try to stop them or anything. And I'm kind of thinking maybe one of these nights when I'm getting off work, I might bring them some food from work or something like that, drop it off and just kind of see what's going on out here. Like, how long is this person gonna stay there? Like, tomorrow will make it a week, which is pretty crazy. But it looks like they packed up and went somewhere for the day and left their shopping carts and stuff behind. But I don't know. I hope they have some kind of intention on getting back on their feet or whatever, or got some kind of plan. But all I see them do is They just sit in these little lawn chairs over here all day long and smoke cigarettes. I don't really see them ever doing anything else. They're definitely not going to work somewhere, clocking in all day long. But that's it. I just wanted to say something about it. It's just so weird.